Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning everybody once again. Today we want to do a general revision of Network Academy platform. I want to believe that most of us here have looked at that and they were able to get their certificates. But there are some fundamental concepts that I believe I need to explain to us. And this concept is what is going to help most of us in what we are going to do. So, having said that, I would like to let me share my screen so we will be able to take it up from there. Uh, all right. Okay. So I want to believe you can see my screen now. And this is Introduction to Cybersecurity. A lot of us have finished this introduction to cybersecurity, which is very commendable. It's a very welcoming and commendable art that you were able to finish it. And as I said, those of you who have also done MasterCard internship, I also recommended internship on Accenture. That's elevating your experiences in terms of cyber defenses. It's very, very important that you take this internship serious because there are simulations of real life experiences that you are going to see in the real world when you get that proper job. So, but today, because of the new people, which I also mentioned that if you are second batch, if you are this batch before now, you can drop off. However, no knowledge is a waste. You can still be in the call to understand more core concepts and be able to ask questions as it deems fit. So we want to run through introduction to cybersecurity. Running through the introduction will give us that overview of everything here. And then you can ask the necessary questions that you might have. Okay. So we have talked about the word cybersecurity and we've explained what cybersecurity is all about. We use the core concept. How do you protect your personal data? How do you protect the information out there? So in the quest to understand how to do this, we set out to answer certain questions from this slide, and we were able to migrate from the world of cybersecurity to the organization of data. We talked about different types of data, and we mentioned those traditional data which is made up of transactional data, like the details that are related to buying and selling. When you go to a shop or to buy something, your data is already there. If you want to travel to the airline, your data is already there. Even when you want to use a bus, a car, what they just need, some of them will ask you for your first name or for your phone number. Once they input the phone number, the whole information comes out. Intellectual property is also another type of traditional data, and also your financial data. When you go to applications like HawkPay, you will see the income statement, how much you have been able to spend on your data, on your airtime, on all the transaction utility bills that you have paid. You will see those financial data, and it's going to help you to get informed decision, to be able to know, okay, how much have I been spending on this type of data? You can know whether you are spending more or less. So that is very, very, very important. Organizational data. So from there, we now look at the scenario whereby in an organization, your data, some people, their data, they have a data breach. Like WannaCry that happened in 2017 is a breach that affected many countries and many systems. And I explained to us how it affected one of my clients at that level and what we did for us to be able to isolate it. And not only that, even till today, breaches also happens. The latest breach, who can tell me the latest breach that happened? Crew, it affected airports. I mentioned this in one of our classes. Does anybody remember that?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Who is that? Okay, so if nobody is saying anything, I just want to let us know about these major attacks. This happened in September. That's last month. Barely a month now. Several major European airports were grounded, like London Heathrow Airport, Brussels Airport in Belgium, German Airport, and a whole lot of airports. So what does the attack did? It targeted a service provider. So this service provider, which is a US company that supplies check-in and boarding, and although the software that they use in doing that. So that was what was targeted. The check-in and boarding system went offline. So it forced the airport people to start doing manual check-in, and which caused a whole lot of flight delays and even cancellation. People were having longer queues and then operational disruption. It's very, very important that we understand the impact of a breach, what it can cause. So the same thing in what happened about what we are seeing here, the hotel breach that may affected millions of guests, and this thing is still happening. Do you see the reason why they need somebody like me and you who understands how to prevent this using so many mechanisms, intrusion preventions and detection and containment? Because before a data breach happens, it must have been in that system for a while and without being detected. But if you are there doing your daily checks, you will be able to identify and detect this before it happens. There are so many attacks that has been contained, the ones we know, especially in the Nigerian ecosystem. Nigeria seems to have one of the best defense systems in terms of cyber attack. Do you know why? The reason why is because most European organizations are still using the old systems, firewalls. Meanwhile, Nigeria have never used those systems before. We started in 21st century to begin to go digital, and we started with using the high advanced ones. And that is why these attacks are not affecting us much. Look at our banks. The only bridge you have to see is mainly on fintechs who did not fortify their application very well. So that is key takeaway on this in terms of the cyber attacks. And we know different types of attack that we mentioned. I told us about white hat, gray hat, and black hat attackers. So when you look at them, you will see, for instance, the amateur kiddies. What do? These are the ones that are inexperienced, but they know how to use tools. They just use one or two tools to run, and sometimes they succeed. They succeed, just like you that just started this cyber training. You now begin to learn use tools. Meanwhile, you've not understand or mastered the nitty-gritty of cyber defenses and attacks. That's the one that is called amateur or street kiddies. Are we together? Then the hackers. Hackers are a group of attackers that break into computer systems or networks. And this is where we have white hackers. White hackers are the ones that break into network or system to identify any weaknesses. These are the people that organizations use. They use them to be able to know the vulnerabilities in the network. They are not the ones that cause harm. Then gray hackers wear two hats, just like white hacker and also the black hacker. So they set out to find vulnerability in a system, but they will only report their findings to the owner of a system, if doing so concerned with the agenda, or they might even publish details about vulnerability on the internet so that other attackers can exploit it. Them too can also exploit it, the gray hackers. So you need to understand, these are the people that they can wake up today and say, okay, let us try the vulnerability from one university. They go to the website, check the website, and if there is vulnerability, they can send to the website and say, hey, there is, to the university, there is this vulnerability in your platform. We found out this. If the university say, okay, come and patch out, how much will it be? They will work for you as a white hacker. If the organization say, who told you there is nothing there, they might change and become black hacker and take advantage of any vulnerability for illegal possession or financial gain. So that brings me to the black hacker, which takes advantage of any vulnerabilities for illegal personal, financial, or political gain. So organized attack. Organized attacks are the ones that terrorists do, or state-sponsored attack. So that is the one you see that, these people are having cyber warfare. China, Russia, and all that. So that is about this. Any questions so far? All right. So you, as a student of this class, what color of is your hat? Are you a gray hat, white hacker, or black hat hacker? Does anybody know the color of the hat you are wearing?
White hat.
White hat.
Good. So we go into malware. We've seen different types of malware: spyware, hardware, backdoor, ransomware, scareware, rootkit, virus, Trojan horse, and worms. You need to know the differences between all of these malwares, right? Once you're able to identify the differences, then it is settled. So how do they enter? We have social engineering, which is the manipulation of people into performing actions or divulging information that they don't want to divulge. We also have denial of service, DOS. Denial of service is when the network attacks is relatively simple to carry out. Even the denial of service can disrupt your network and you will not be able to do anything. The users cannot perform their little tasks or the application might not be able to function. So we also have what we call distributed denial of service, which is DDoS. It's similar to DOS, but here it comes in multiple or coordinated sources. That is DDoS. We also have what we call botnet. A botnet is when you visit an unsafe platform, unsafe website, like those that visit adult websites or dark webs. You visit dark webs without using tunneling, without using VPN, or using the proper browser, you are going to be infected. On-path attack. This on-path attack before now is what we call the man in the middle attack. He will be in the middle, listening to what is going on and making decisions while the other people in the both end of the discussion will not know. SEO poisoning. What is SEO? Does anybody know what SEO is? Does anybody know what SEO is?
Search engine optimization.
Good. Search engine optimization. Search engine optimization means the way organizations position themselves, make their websites visible, make people to search. Like for instance now, if you search hotels in Nigeria, what is the #1 hotel that will come up? It is SEO that makes that hotel to be #1. And that is what HawkPay is doing now. So when you search fintech in Nigeria, HawkPay will be #1. When you search application transactions in Nigeria, you will see us being #1. Meanwhile, I want to announce to you that we are now in iOS. So for those of you using iOS, you can download it in iOS. And then congratulations to us, we have crossed 100 downloads from Play Store as well. That's on a lighter note. Thank you. All right, so search Wi-Fi password cracking. These are methods of infiltration. Sometimes, have you heard about John the Ripper? Well, these are the things that you are going to download and see how somebody can be using your internet. He can crack your password. And password attacks. We also have applications that we use for password combinations, brute force attack, limbo attack, dictionary attacks, password spraying, and traffic interception. So these are methods that helps in cracking those passwords. All right, so these are methods of infiltration. We go over to security vulnerabilities and exploits. While we are looking at all these things, I want to believe that everybody here have finished this introduction to cybersecurity, right? Is there anybody here who have not finished this introduction to cybersecurity? All of us have finished it. I can't hear you, Mmesoma.
I said I'm almost done with mine. It's just remaining to take the quiz.
Okay, so since you are the only one here, do you have any
sorry.
question? Go ahead.
Okay. We have done this, but the material being presented here is a bit more elaborate than what I used before. So I will appreciate this material is shared, not just the video recording, but the material itself. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. So the material is actually inside the Network Academy Introduction to Cybersecurity. So if you've registered on this Netcad, you will be able to have access to this material. If not, then I'm going to also send the link. There are new people who I added. I will send the link, go through the link. You register, you'll be able to have access to this, because in that, you'll be able, give me 30 minutes, I will join. With that, you'll be able to have access to these resources, this material. You can see this is the one I did. I don't know how many years I've done this one, but I still have access to it. Once I'm able to log in, I will still be having access to them, and then I can use it for studies and for training. So if you have not registered, you do well to register. I'm going to post the link on the group again for the new people that joined and old people who have not done it. All right. So because of time, I want to let us know that is very, very important. We can, even though we have gone through this, if you have any question, post it in the group. You will see somebody who will be able to answer it. If I can't answer, if I'm not online immediately to answer the question, but let the group be interactive. Let's use it for a learning platform. All your questions, you can bring it there. It's very, very key. You can ask your questions there, and then we'll be able to answer it. Then if you don't want to go to the group, you can also send me a DM. When I see it and have the time, I will be able to respond. Or when we come to class, we can discuss it as well. So I'm not going to come back to introduction to cybersecurity again. If you have any question, as I said, you have to go to the group to post it or send it to me directly. That is on this. Then we go over to internship.